I'd like to preface this by saying I'm not the biggest coffee drinker. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it as much as the next college student, but don't think I'm obsessed or anything. I probably drink around 4 or 5 cups a week right now, nothing too crazy, but I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't fond of the drink. This is the part where some of you laugh and say, "That's it?" Or others ridicule me for my obvious addiction. Regardless, this is the story of how I fell head over heels for the caffeinated cup. Now, growing up, I never really liked coffee that much. No, cross that, it tasted likable. By far, coffee was the least attractive, tongue-infesting, brown sludge of death liquid that I'd ever had the displeasure of tasting. No matter how much that drink tried to seduce me with extra cream or extra sugar, there was an extremely small list of things that tasted worse than a hot cup of joe. Fast forward to high school, and for the first time in my life, I felt extremely busy and extremely tired. Now, not to sound anything at all like your awkward public school health teacher, but as a kid turns into an adult, the body undergoes many irreversible changes, and so does the mind. And coincidence or not, it was around this time that I began giving coffee, a little bit of a second glance, if you know what I mean. So it's high school now, and I'd like to think that back then I was a pretty good student. And during my junior year, I took this class called AP US History. And every week you would get one homework assignment which would be due when you walked in every Monday morning. Being the procrastinator that I was, I would start that assignment Sunday night almost every week without fail. And I'm not even talking about a reasonable time. I'm talking like 9 or 10 p.m. I'd start on my week's worth of homework, which would normally take around 5 hours to complete. Now, there's no excuse for this, and I'm certainly not encouraging it, but it was at this time that I found out exactly how powerful coffee could really be. Believe it or not, despite this psychotic game plan of mine, I actually did pretty darn well in the class, and I don't think I missed a single homework assignment. Now, I'm not saying this to brag about my grades, as much as I'm trying to express what a great partner I think coffee is. I remember one particular time when I snuck downstairs and turned the kitchen lights on and started brewing some of that cocoa goodness, and then my mom walked in on me, bewildered, asking what I was doing making coffee. That was at 4:30 in the morning. Careful though, because once you take that first sip, it's like signing a binding contract with the beans. There's no going to sleep at that point. Once you take a sip, you're sworn to get back to work, whether your body wants to or not. Whether it's a good thing or bad thing is totally up for debate. Personally, I'd honestly argue this routine is terrible, but when the chips were down and I needed to get stuff done, coffee has always acted as the catalyst, which allowed me to focus on my ambitions and work, no matter how much my body resisted. For a lot of people, it becomes sort of a leisure drink, which is fine. However, I'll always see it as a tool rather than a treat. An extra kick in the pants to get you going when you need it the most. I feel like all too often people make excuses in their life for their failures. One of my go-to ones is, I don't have time for this, or I don't have time for that, which 95% of the time just means I either don't want to, or I wasted my time on something else. I never want to get to the point where I completely depend on caffeine. However, it's my ace in the hole when I'm tired or not feeling it. The more excuses I can eliminate, the more productive I can become. When that deadline's approaching, or my eyelids refuse to hold out, it's comforting to know that this passionate partner of mine can pick me up and help me finish what needs to be done. Some people classify caffeine as a drug, which is fine, I'm sure they're technically correct, but the connotation of the word drug is just so negative. If we're going to call it a drug, why not call it a medicine? Because in my eyes, it's a cure for laziness and excuses. Like any miracle medicine, it has its side effects, sure. However, its power should not be underestimated. To me, coffee is a symbol of hard work and a determination to persevere and finish what needs to be done. An ember that refuses to go out until the job is finished.